I want to talk about why we should measure. So first of all, anyone, raise their hands in the room. How many people are actively measuring the results of your social media activities? Awesome, good, good. And how frequently, like on a monthly basis, most of you taking a look at that? Quarterly? Yeah. Daily? Yeah. Oh, good, good. Okay, great. So we'll get into some more details about what everyone is looking at and how you can really leverage some of the free tools that are out there to get a lot of really great information. So why do we do this? Well, we want to make sure that we're keeping an eye on what is working and what isn't working. And literally even down to post-level information, you can really start to get an idea of what's working in your social media efforts, the things that you should continue to do, some of the things that maybe you should not continue to do. Really making sure that you're meeting the needs and demands of your customer. And this is a little bit softer than some of the statistics that you can look at, but it's really going to give you a good idea of if you're responding. The sentiment that you're going to find is going to show you whether or not you're acknowledging what they're responding about, what they're sharing, their feedback they're giving you. And thus allowing you to improve the products and services that you're offering. So really looking at these measures, what people are saying, and the results is the only way you're really going to identify how to improve all of those things. And the one thing that a lot of people don't necessarily agree with off the bat is that it really is going to build time efficiency. To study your metrics is going to save you time. Because you'll know what is working and you will stop spending your time on those things that are not successful. So a lot of times we don't want to spend time planning, we don't want to spend time on numbers, we just want to do, or we offload something to someone and just do it. But we want to make sure that if you're paying somebody for that time, that it's working. So it really is going to increase your productivity and give you more time in your daily social media activities. And then creating agility in your strategy. And so what I mean by that is, first of all, how many of you created a social media strategy before implementing? Awesome. Good. A lot of people don't, and that's okay if you didn't raise your hand because it's a common thing. But definitely strategy is important from the start. And what this means in creating agility and strategy is that if you have a strategy, and you start to look at your statistics, the measures that you've set in place, and you see that they're not aligning, that gives you the opportunity to say, okay, this was our plan, it's not working, what do we do differently next month? And so part of that measurement process should be sitting down with that strategy again and changing it, shifting it as warranted by the numbers. So strategy always changes. It's not something that you put together and then it just stays there static. It evolves along with the numbers. And then, of course, that big ROI question. And ROE, that's return on effort. So ROI, it is the big question. So many people, especially at large organizations, if someone's trying to introduce to their C-level, we must do social media, and they're still resisting. They want to say, what's the ROI in social media? Well, you just can't answer that question, right? It's different for every industry. There's people out there saying things like a Facebook like is worth $2.25. Well, how do you know that? How do you know that, and how can you apply that to Zappos or American Airlines or the boutique purse store down the street? You really can't. And so that's why a lot of these things that you can look at will really tell you what your return on that effort is, as opposed to specifically always just looking at the ROI number. A lot about social media really is about just having faith in the fact that it's working and identifying other sources that are letting you know, yes, people are buying from the efforts that I'm doing in social media.